first part of the journey, I was tripping around, you see. And then I found some gold in the ground. I got the fever inside me. The first thing I found was a mine with no name. It felt good to be high on the green, 'cause in the mine you can't remember your name. So awesome sauce became the claim. La 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 la. You're mining for gold, but you're doing it all wrong. And I have to tell you now, there's another way. Down the pile of gold mining, they can show you how. And we'll even have some fun along the way. We're having fun mining gold down in the sun. Digging in the dirt is what we do. It's not really hard, don't be a puss, get in your car. Come on out to Vegas today.
I don't know if you guys see the snow coming down or not, but we're getting one of those almost summer winter storms here in Vegas right now. And we're up on the mountain, up in Mount Charleston, just hanging out. Really nice out here today. Sorry y'all could miss it. Rock on. Okay everybody, I just wanted to show you guys how to make a snuffer bottle. What you got to do is you got to get a piece of vinyl hose tubing. I like this. I think it's about a half inch, somewhere right around there, maybe 3/8, something like that. I'm not too sure. But anyhow, what you do is you take that, and you're gonna get your snuffer. Well, not really snuffer yet, but it will be. And what you're gonna do for this, you take off your little cap, and you want to take this and you want to measure it up to the side of here and figure out where you want to cut it off at. So you cut the tip off, which I'll do that right now. I don't have anywhere to put the camera on, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it down on here, and then I'm just going to cut the tip off and show you from there. I hit the pause button. So as you can see, the end is now cut off. Now, I'm hoping that this is the right size for it. It looks like it's going to fit just fine. So what you do is you just take your straw and you're going to shove it down into there. Let's see if I can hold this with my knees or something for this. Alright, we'll go with that. No, I have not cut this down yet because I want to put it in my item first. So take your lid off. This one actually comes with this seal. You don't need that. It steals your gold. Take your straw, feed it through. You do want it to be tight, you don't want it to be loose, but get it pushed through just like that. If you're not careful, it will rip it like it did right here. Let's see if I can get focus on just that. Anyhow, I'm gonna have to pull this apart and give it another cut just to bring it to the right point. I'm going to cut that off real quick. So now that that's cut off, there's a little piece of plastic hanging on. So we put it back through, and that's good. So you want it to extend, about an inch. You could go farther, it's up to you. And then what you do is you want to measure up the side, and you want to go about 1 inch or so, maybe 2, up the side which is going to give you ample space for your black sand and other stuff. So just cut it off. And you're done. You're just going to put your item back together. And there's your snuffer bottle right there, guys. So that's simple to make. This costs a whole, I don't know, $1.50 or somewhere around there. I'm not too sure. I don't remember how much I paid for everything. But a package of these little bottles at Harbor Freight, I think, is $4. You get 3 of them. So, I don't know. Have fun, everyone. Rock on. How's it going, everyone? So, what's going on today is we're out looking for an area that has Apache tears, some volcanic activity, a little bit of tectonic activity also. Right over here is an area that we were passing by that looks interesting. I don't know what's over there, but it looks like some mining operation on the side of the mountain over there. So, I don't know. One day I'll go check it out, see what it is after I look on my info, see what's up with that. But we gotta go down this way another 20 miles before we get to the location we're going to go check out today. So, be back soon. Hopefully we find what we're looking for. Rock on, everyone. Okay, so we're another almost 10 miles down the road. Just want to show off some of the geology real quick. Like an old tailings pile that we just passed. But I didn't get that on video. Anyhow, we got another about 10 more miles to go before we get to the turn. And we'll be back. Rock on, guys. See you soon. Alright, so we took a stop because found some cows. Thought I'd show them off. I don't see any tags on the ears. These cows are wild. Oh well, looks like one's not. That one's a wild cow. That's a wild baby. There's a couple wild babies right there. Yum. Last time I found wild cows, all my friends said, no, I'm not gonna help you get one. But, there we go. There's one with tag. That guy over there, no tag at all on his ear, or her ear, whatever that one is. Where we're going is actually right up over there somewhere. See where that white deposit is? Somewhere right around there, so. We will see you all soon. Alright, everybody, welcome back. We're out here in the desert. You see that light of yours, Mario, down here? It's better than this one for this. So what we got here is these are Apache tears that we're finding right now. We're going to collect a bunch of them. I don't know if anybody wants some or not, but we're going to fill up our bucket as much as we can with some high quality ones that we find around here with some nice cool shapes. And we're going to get some material samples also so that we can find out if there's any other minerals like gold and such. I just got hit by a drop of rain, but that's a pretty side right there in this. So we got some cool gems out here, that's for sure. So anyhow, where'd I put that flashlight? There we go. We're going to look around a little bit, see what we can find. We're going to grab some rock samples and such. We've got, I don't know what kind of mineral right here. I don't know if we'll be able to see it very well. But they're a blue crystal, it seems. Which I think is amethyst or something of that sort. I can't get a good view of it, but they're in there. I grabbed some some of that ore so I can give it a look-see also. So.
Look at this. There's a piece of quartz right here.
You found some quartz, huh? Found a couple pieces of quartz. Oh, that's some nice quartz right there.
I'm gonna put that right
Cool.
here.
Save that one too, yeah. That one that looked like it was almost geotic, like it has a geode to it.
Yeah.
Here's some more quartz right here, or conglomerate type. That's a good material for us to save also. I'm gonna throw that one in the back of the truck. I'm gonna cleave off part of this rock here, so that I can keep that as a sample also. There's all the gear we brought for today. Not much. We're gonna end up hitting the river probably tomorrow. And it seems like a bit of a storm coming in, hitting us here in a second. So, hey Mario, come out over here by the road so you can try and find some of the better ones also. Because it's been worn down a little bit. Cool, the bigger ones are nice. I like the bigger ones we find are better. That's a nice one. Cool.
Check this out.
Oh, cool. That's a nice one. So a little bit of knowledge about Apache tears, you guys, is that they form underneath layers of perlite. Perlite's that stuff that you put in your potting soil to help it aerate and keep moisture down. Or not moisture down, but aerate and allow moisture through. Wow, there's a lot of big ones over here. Look at that. All over. It's really cool. I think maybe down in this wash might find some cool stuff too. So, hey Mary, grab up some of these real quick, and then that piece of quartz there. Let me show off that quartz real quick. There we go, now that it's focused. It's hard to get onto focus sometimes, so it wants to focus on the ground.
Oh, look at that one.
That's a nice tier. But that's going in the bucket also. Here's some lava rock. Keep that, find out if there's anything in there. But let's grab as many of these big ones from right here real quick as we can, and then we'll move down into that wash a little. The ones that have these little facets on it like that.
Yeah,
I like those, yeah.
I like them as well. I should buy them a lot.
If you see this lava rock, grab some of it also.
Okay.
Looks like this.
Okay. Kind of looks like. Ooh.
Let's see, here's some big ones here.
I've never seen something like that.
Yeah, this is actually my first time collecting Apache tears. I mean, there are a lot of them in Nevada, but I just don't go to those areas often. So, let me see that bucket real quick, Mario. Yeah, let's just leave that stationary. We'll just keep filling it. Ooh, there's some big ones over on this side. I don't like climbing through barbed wire. Always get snagged somehow. But this is a nice Jimmy area. I expect we'll find cool stuff out here. But I'm hoping to, at least. Ooh, a couple of big ones right here. So when we drove through this section, I thought we were driving by charcoal. Somebody had a fire or something, but it's not, which is cool. You don't come across this often, well, at least I don't. There we go. Some of you actually know where I'm at today, but I'm not going to mention the exact area because I'm trying to keep that a secret because of something we're working on right now. Secret project. So, there's a nice one there. I saw a real big one right over here that I was coming back to get, but where was that? Some nice ones right here. Some nice quartz too. Oh, there's those other ones I was seeing. Right there. Alright, well, we're going to head into the wash. I'll be back here in a few minutes, you guys. Show you what's going on down there. I hope you can see well enough. There's Mario. He's looking around. We should have had Mason with us, but I don't know where he ended up. Here's a cool rock right here. I found a piece of ocean bedrock. Well, not really ocean bedrock, but coral from the ocean floor a few minutes ago. That's inside the truck. I'll show that off in the daylight or something. But
big one the size of this rock.
wow, that'd be cool if you saw one that big. All right, everyone. Talk to you soon. Rock on. All right, everybody. How's it going? Got my light on my bucket like that. Gives me a little bit of walking light. And so what's going on here with me and Mario is we're out at this semi-secret location. Doing a little bit of sampling, looking for some gold or silver or some valuable minerals besides for Apache tears. But the Apache tears, they're just a plus. And also cool. They have some value as a gem. So we're over here, we're getting a little bit of a sample out of here. Got a little bit of gravelly now. Good.
Yeah.
We found this area that looked really sandy, so we found some good rock to dig underneath.
I'm trying to get this one out.
And just use your hands to scoop it onto it or whatever.
Alright.
And then
Let me just get whatever's under here.
yeah.
Possibly can.
Kind of use your hands as a broom. So we're grabbing a little sample from this wash that we were walking through, collecting some Apache tears. We got a pretty good amount of them. So, I don't know what I heard whistling over there. Hope it was a bird. But
Probably an owl.
it sounded too much like a whistle to be an owl. So, here we are out here, checking things out. We're going to head off to the next wash here in a minute. Do some sampling over there. Should be some more Apache tears. But I'm hoping we find gold. But there's no guarantees out here. It's just a hope because the geology that's in this area says that there's a lot of gold in this area. And I figure the location that I'm at should hold a good amount. There's a lot of good signs. A lot of different geology out here, so that's good. I don't know if I finished telling you guys about Apache tears, but the way Apache tears sit underneath the perlite, they'll form underneath the layer of perlite, and then as the perlite weathers out, you get a white streak of perlite down the side of the mountain, which is usually full of Apache tears. And I just lost my power for my light, so no more flash. But that means I gotta plug this in, and I'm done for right now, so I'm gonna go plug it in, and we'll see you at the next location, everybody. I'm gonna grab a couple buckets and go. So, have fun. Hope you're enjoying tonight. Alright, so that's the coarse sample. I just wanted to show you what it looks like through my microscope real quick, so let me put that on. Okay, I've got the microscope attached, and this is just what it looks like without full magnification down. Can't really see very well, but zoom in. That's about 60x right there. You can see the gold in this coarse sample. It looks like it could be a little pyrite there, but it's hard to tell. But a lot of gold in this little sample. Let's see if I can find a nice, good, big piece here. There's some more there. There's a little bit. There's where a piece of pyrite was. Nice little chunk of gold. There's some more. There's a little more there. Some there. But if you want that core sample right there, that's it. So I'm thinking I'm gonna sell it for $10 plus shipping. Got more than just one, but the first one I'm gonna sell is gonna be at $10. So rock on. Hope somebody wants it. Alright, so what I've got right here is a slice off of a core sample that I just cut off. And I don't know if you can see the visible gold or not. Let's see if I can get that to focus. Let's see. Alright, you can see a little bit of it somewhat there. What I'm going to do real quick though is I'm going to throw my microscope on it real quick. So, be right back. Okay, so I've got my microscope on. Here's what we got looking at it just normal through the microscope without zooming in. You can see some of the gold there. You zoom this in. A really good view of it right there. This whole piece is littered with it. And there's a little piece of fool's gold right next to it. But gold, fool's gold right next to each other, and quartz. There's some more. Looks like gold and pyrite. Let's see if I can find. Look at that. That's pretty. But I'm going to sell this piece here for $40 plus shipping. If you want it, you can have it. It's a very beautiful sample. I don't care what you do with it. You can crush it, or you can just put it in your collection. It's up to you. Gold throughout this whole specimen, though. I don't know why the view is like that. A little bit of pyrite right there. Something else. That's some cool color with the rainbows. Gold next to it. And there's a good chunk of gold right there. So, anyhow, this is up for sale. $40 if you want it. So, rock on, everyone. Talk to you soon. Alright, guys. So what I got going on here is my big Miller table. Building it and seeing if it's gonna work, hopefully. Yeah, it looks like I gotta lower that down a lot more. Alright, now I gotta bring that up. Needs a much smaller gap for it to work correctly. But that way it'll have an even amount of water going over the whole surface. So I guess I gotta do a little more adjusting and probably get a piece of wood underneath there, get rid of that kerf. But once the kerf is gone, it should be okay. But yep, looking good so far. Alright, everybody, welcome back. What I've got here is, over here I've got aquamarine. Right here I've got some opal. Obviously gold. This is just some mixed gems, aquamarine, all kinds of other odd things. Anyhow, this one is amethyst. And then I've got a few others that I might be adding to my mix here for you guys to have a little more than just gold in your bags. So if you all want to get some of this gem and gold material, let me know. It's going up on my square here in, I don't know, a little while, so you'll be able to purchase it there. If you're too anxious, you can just get a hold of me now. Okay, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Empire Gold Mining. So we got here to the site, and as we're setting up, we start getting hit by a little bit of rain and then hail. We're not supposed to even have a chance of rain today or anything, so this is kind of crazy. So we took refuge inside the truck for a few minutes until it, slows down and we can get back out there and set up the beast over there. So, but we're actually sitting on right about the spot that we're going to be camping too. So we'll be back here in a few minutes. These don't last very long. I think it's just about done now. Ooh, that was a nice one. There's the cloud that caused that. So here we are out at the river. There's the one spot you can actually drive through right here. Most of it's pretty inundated with plants, so you can't really do much. But a lot of willows here. So now that we're done with that freak storm there, we're gonna get stuff set up over here. Mario is gonna level this out a little bit so that we can put the tarp under it, keep the washout from happening so we don't have a big problem with anything. And then we're gonna put a tarp. Well, I already just said the tarp, and then we'll put a couple pieces of wood to level it out perfectly level. And we'll be back to show you what it looks like with the pump and all that set up. So see you soon, guys and girls. Rock on. All right, everybody, today Mario's gonna hold the camera for me. So what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna level this out so I can get a piece of wood in, and then I can get another piece of wood in the back and make sure it's at the level that I need it to be. So what I do here is gonna do my best to level it out. Alright, that looks pretty good. So I want to take my 2x4 that's going to be in the front, and we're going to go right about like that. And then since I have that there, I can put my tarp down. Now, all this is for is to keep the washout from happening right here so it doesn't collapse. So I'm going to get this put in real quick. Alright, that looks like it's pretty level. I brought my level so I can check. Let me grab that wherever I put that at. Right there. Yeah, so this will help me know if I have my front end level. Which this side over here does need to come up a little bit. So all I'm going to do, I'm going to put a rock underneath the 2x4. And that rock was too small, so I'll get a different one that's bigger. And right there, perfect. So now that I'm level side to side, I can worry about my back end. Which I do the same way. Put my tool up here. And this side's already level, so that makes it easy. So I just hit the 2x4 under again. Actually, it looks like it's about right. I don't have any indicators on my sluice, so yeah, that's about right. So this is set the way it needs to be. What we need to worry about now is putting the spray bar and the rest of the system together. So we're going to go off camera and do that now. Yep, still level. Hit the stop button.
My finger's not working for it. Why?
Because the screen's wet.
Oh, of course, it zoomed in on me automatically. I'm like,
Yeah.
what the hell? Wait, what? I'm like, is that a ghost?
Alright, everybody, so welcome back again. We got everything set up, and then I realized that the band clamps I had brought for the Beast weren't the right size. So, like always, I have a backup plan if I can. So I brought my other high banker. We're gonna run this until we get back. I'm gonna go run and get the clamps. Mario's gonna hang out here and do this for a little while. And I'll be back about 2 hours, 2.5 hours, something like that. So, let me pan back a little bit, give you a nice good view of what's going on. But what we're doing is we're working right on the other side of the high bankers over there, which is where I was finding the best gold over here. So we're gonna get this run, get this done, and I will be back later to hang out with you all soon. Rock on, everyone. Alright everybody, well we're back. We got our tents and stuff all set up. Breaking up some small wood to get the embers going in the fire nice and well. This is me over here, the other one was Mario right over there. We've got our setup right over here. It's looking good. We'll be able to be running this guy tomorrow. It's our little fire pit we got. Keeping this thing fed is going to be a pain in the butt, but we'll get it. Anyhow, if we come back later, we'll have some more of this running. Have some lighting set up or something. So, I guess we'll talk to you all tomorrow. Rock on, have fun. Enjoying the show, I hope.